Everyone, welcome to the show. So, we have to talk about that ridiculous, disastrous Twitter space with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So, for those who aren't aware of this, billionaire Elon Musk hyped this interview with Trump. It was supposed to dominate the internet. It was supposed to be the biggest thing ever. But as with the DeSantis interview, with his launch, quote unquote, of his campaign, Musk had a meltdown over there. It just was not good. Everything seemed to go wrong. The interview started over 40 minutes late. Musk blamed technical issues. He said it was a cyber attack, but news outlets have not been able to verify that. Everybody that has any knowledge says this is BS. Even one of his staff members, anonymously said, no, that's not the case. This is just a screw up. So anyway, it was worth the wait, though. I have to tell you guys. Just kidding. It was a joke from everything I've heard, everything I've read. Trump sounded like he misplaced his dentures for a portion of this interview. I am not kidding. So listen to this.
I hate to say this. The reason the numbers are much bigger than you would think is they're also taking their non-productive people. Now, these aren't people that will kill you. We have enough of them. But these are people that are non-productive. They are just non-productive. I mean, for whatever reason. They're not workers or they don't want to work or whatever. And these countries are getting rid of non-productive people in the caravans in many cases. And they're also getting rid of their murderers and their drug dealers and the people that are really brutal people. And they're coming into our country at levels that have never been seen before.
So the comments online were brutal. People were calling Trump Sylvester the cat because of the obvious, slurring and speech impediment. A Bloomberg senior executive director or editor wrote, quote, Trump is slurring his words and is unable to clearly enunciate S words in unusually messy ways during this Musk interview. He had trouble hearing at the NABJ convention and at his Mar-a-Lago presser. He has declined and aged noticeably over the last year. Author Kurt Anderson had one of my favorite posts. He posted on Twitter, quote, why is Trump slurring his S sounds? Shush a shad situation. So anyway, other people just took issue with the substance of what Trump said rather than how he was saying it. So an editor for Insider pointed out that Trump's bizarre statement about North Korea dictator Kim Jong-un was just out of left. It was very odd. Let me just read it to you. Trump, in this interview with Musk, said, quote, I got along with Kim Jong-un. We had dinner. We had everything. We had dinner. We had everything. We had everything. Really? What does that mean exactly? Define everything. Oh my God. Do I want to know what these two men had together that is encompassed by everything? Probably not. And Morning Joe highlighted this part of this Musk-Trump extravaganza. This was just as hysterical as the Kim Jong-un thing. Check this out.
I know Putin very well. I got along with him very well. He respected me, and it's just one of those things. And we would talk a lot about Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye. But I said, don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. You can't do it, Vladimir. You do it, it's going to be a bad day. You cannot do it. And I told him things that what I do. And he said, no way. And I said, way.
No way. Yes way. I am so sure. Oh my God, barf me out, gag me with a spoon. What kind of world leaders are these? What is going on? And then I heard on another show that some of Trump's neo-Nazi supporters were watching this whole thing with him and Musk. And they're very upset because they're just now realizing that Trump is a huge Israel supporter and that he and Netanyahu are BFFs. Where have these people been? Seriously, they're the most uninformed people on the planet. It's so terrifying. And what a reason to stop supporting him. Oh, you support Jewish people. Oh, that can't be. I've been wondering about that, right? I mean, everybody's all on Joe Biden's ass about his support for Israel and, how, and I agree, like it's gone too far with killing tens of thousands of children. But do people think it's going to be different with Trump? It'll be worse with Trump, if anything. Anyway, the United Auto Workers Union is now suing Trump and Musk because of this event, because they say they violated federal labor laws based on something that Trump said during this 2-hour conversation. Yes, it went on 2 hours, droning on and on. At one point, Trump said to Musk, quote, "I look at you, what you do, you walk in, you say you want to quit, they go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike, and you say, that's okay, you're all gone, you're all gone. So every one of you is gone." So Trump was obviously referring to Musk's company, Tesla. The UAW has been trying to bring his workers into this union. And, it is illegal to fire workers for going on strike under our current labor laws. Now, that will go away if Trump is the president, because he was totally anti-labor. But Trump's comments are very damning and concerning. If they can prove that that's what Musk has done or that he's even threatened it, he is in big trouble. And, we now have with Biden in there some very strong people in the Labor Department. So after they filed this complaint, UAW President Shawn Fain issued a statement, and it said, quote, in part, "When we say Trump stands against everything our union stands for, this is what we mean. Both Trump and Musk want working class people to sit down and shut up, and they laugh about it openly. It's disgusting, illegal, and totally predictable from these two clowns." This is why I was saying Shawn Fain might be a good VP pick for Kamala Harris. The bad news continues as well for Donald Trump. It is just piling up. So well-known Republican pollster Frank Luntz just conducted a focus group. He had 15 participants, and he said, based on what he's seeing, if the election was to be held today, Harris would win, hands down. So here's part of the reason why. So check out this clip from this focus group that he did.
How many of you were supporting Joe Biden 14 days ago? Raise your hands. None of you. How many of you, if the election were held today, would vote for the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris?
I would.
Okay, that's all of you.
So this is something we've been seeing and hearing, and I think we're going to keep seeing this trend because people, by and large, were not excited about the two candidates. They were not excited about Trump or Biden. They're now motivated to vote for Harris. And the polling continues to move in her favor. So there was a DDHQ Hill poll that shows Harris with a 0.3 lead over Trump nationally. Now, that is obviously very narrow of a margin, but it's a shift. From where Biden was, he was underwater. So the fact that she is now leading at all is a huge shift. Also, there was an AARP poll, and it shows Harris and Trump tied in Georgia. Again, she may not be winning in that poll outright, but there's still time left in this race. And it is a positive change from where Biden was sitting. He was losing Georgia. Also, a USA Today Suffolk University poll, it even shows Harris with, quote, within striking distance of Trump in Florida. Margaritaville, y'all. So Trump is up by 5% in this poll, but it has a 4.4% margin of error. So that's very close to within the margin of error. And as USA Today pointed out, Ron DeSantis won that state by 19%. So Trump is massively underperforming even creepy Ron DeSatan. And then also, Harris is picking up support from a pretty unexpected demographic, white men. According to another poll, an NPR PBS Marist poll, 46% of white men in this poll said that they would be voting for Harris. 51% said Trump. That is one of Trump's most reliable voting blocs, white men. So this is a huge development, the fact that they are so close with that group. So you add that to a loss of young voters for Trump, especially young Black voters, and this is disaster for him. There's a new poll from Next Gen America, which shows Harris totally destroying Trump with young Black voters. She won 72% of the respondents. He got only 19%. And in this poll, they surveyed 1,500 voters. These were 18 to 35-year-olds. Harris did better across the board. She trounces Trump with young female voters, so 63% to 27% for Trump. And Harris has picked up new support from the 24 and under crowd, so the very youngest voters. In March, Biden was losing that voting bloc 30% to Trump's 35%. Losing. Harris is now at 58%, and Trump has dropped to 34%. So it's very clear from that. I mean, he only moved down 1%. So she's not eating into his numbers. The people that were with Trump are most likely still with him, but she's bringing out young voters who weren't going to vote, clearly. So the writing's on the wall. Republicans are reportedly pleading with Trump. They're asking him to control himself, as if. And then they're saying, stick with policy attacks, stop attacking her personally. And then the Wall Street Journal, the newspaper, the conglomerate owned by the Murdochs, the same family that owns Fear News Network. Yeah, that publication. So their opinion author published this scathing article about why Trump is, quote, looking like a loser again. Like a loser. We got to come up with that song. We got to come up with lyrics for that. Anyway, maybe it's because he's always been a loser. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Anyway, Trump is very much putting on a brave front, but behind the scenes, he's making very desperate moves. So he just brought on a guy named Taylor Budowich, I think is how you pronounce it, Budowich, to try to help to run his campaign. So this is a former Trump aide. He's been running one of Trump's super PACs. The fact that Trump is making this move so late in the game is a very bad sign for him. Right? He keeps saying, I have full faith in Chris LaSavita and that other, that woman that's helping him run the campaign. Clearly not, right? If things were going well, he would stick with the team that got him to this point, right? Dance with the one who brung you. So no, he's switching dance partners very late in the game. Not a good sign for the Trump campaign. So I will keep you guys posted. Great news. If you can, help out with the channel by liking this video, sharing it with everyone you know. There is a big gap in how many views I have versus how many shares I have. That is one way to really help to grow the channel, grow the show, and help in general with the YouTube algorithm. The more supporters I have, the more subscribers I have, the better the people I can get on the show, like the bigger names I can get to come on the show. So really, really would appreciate that. So definitely, like, share, subscribe if you have not. So excited to hit over 100,000. Thank you all so very much. Truly, truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. So grateful. If you can donate, always appreciated, keeps the show going. So love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.